Usually when we talk about sleep, we focus entirely on the physical environment, right? Like blackout curtains, dropping the room temperature, maybe, I don't know, firing up a white noise machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
We treat insomnia like it's a purely engineering problem.
right. But then you close your eyes, the room's perfectly dark, and your brain just decides it's time to review every embarrassing thing you said like 5 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. The
Love it.
classic 2 a.m. mental review.
So for this deep dive, we're pulling from a meditation framework called the space between thoughts to figure out how to, well, shut down a mind that just refuses to sleep.
And the instinct when that starts is to aggressively command yourself to stop thinking. But trying to forcefully suppress thoughts, actually, it fuels them.
Because you're paying attention to the stopping.
Exactly. It requires cognitive energy to monitor whether you are thinking or not, and that keeps the brain's arousal system highly active.
Okay, so it's kind of like having YouTube autoplay turned on.
That's a great way to look at it, yeah.
Like, if you aggressively try to fight the algorithm and skip around, you're still actively engaging with the platform. So the framework we're looking at suggests you don't fight the algorithm at all.
Right, you just watch the thoughts play out completely passively. No controlling, no judging.
Just letting them happen.
Yes. Because once you stop fighting the current thought, you can start looking for the transition point.
The transition point, what does that mean?
So the instruction is to pay close attention to the very end of one thought and the beginning of the next. There is this small gap of absolute silence hidden right there.
Okay, I've actually tried this though, and my mind often feels like a solid wall of noise.
Oh, sure. It all bleeds together at first.
Yeah, when late night anxiety is running high, how are you supposed to spot a microscopic gap between thoughts that feel, entirely stacked on top of each other?
Well, initially, that gap might only be a fraction of a second. But the duration isn't actually the point.
It's not.
No, it's about the underlying mechanism. Your brain's attention network has finite bandwidth.
Right, you can only focus on so much at once.
Exactly. So when you actively focus your finite attention on spotting the empty space, you are literally starving the brain's thought generation center.
Wow. So you're taking away the energy it needs to construct the next anxiety.
Precisely. The simple act of observing the gap forces it to widen because the brain cannot simultaneously observe silence and, well, generate a new complex thought.
So by hunting for the quiet, you essentially trick the brain into pausing its own anxiety engine.
You do.
Yeah.
And as that gap widens, there's a really fundamental psychological shift that happens.
You stop being the actor caught up in the drama on stage.
Yeah, and you become the audience member, sitting calmly in the back row,
Yeah.
just watching the play happen. That separation of identity from the looping thoughts is the core goal here.
You are not the anxiety, you're just the awareness observing it.
Right. So practically speaking, when you get into bed tonight, the goal shouldn't even be to fall asleep.
Which sounds completely counterintuitive.
It does. But just lie there, let the thoughts run, and gently look for the gap without forcing it. Capturing even a 1-second pause is enough to disrupt the brain's arousal pattern.
And that initiates the physical slowdown required for sleep. I mean, it completely flips the script on insomnia from a battle against noise to a passive hunt for quiet.
It really changes the entire dynamic of trying to rest.
Absolutely. And think about this. If finding just a 1-second gap of silence can short-circuit a racing mind at midnight, imagine the impact of harnessing that space between during a, chaotic workday.
Oh, the real-world application is huge.
Right. Finding that exact same 1-second gap of silence right before you hit reply on a frustrating email might just, well, change everything.